Hi, welcome to the Nth Degree, where we discuss the latest trends, technologies, and innovations happening across the health and media spaces. I'm Amanda Preto, and I'm here today with our social media team of experts to tell you about the do's and the don'ts for effective social media marketing for your brands. One definite do is to stay in touch with this team. We have Josh Simon, Alex Gilson, and Craig Byerly here today. So let's get started. Let's kick it right off with Josh. Talk to us, Josh, please, about what we should be thinking when it comes to creative in social media.
My first do is social only video content or social first video content. I think we've been in this social world for a while in pharma. It's been almost 10 years now, which is crazy. It's really time to see more video that's built for social first. And then it can also live on those other channels. But if we really want to see and embrace social like other consumer brands are, especially with the rise of things like TikTok, Reels, really requires that like you're really thinking about video first. So shooting video, thinking about shooting it vertically, thinking about how you use some of the native options. We really should be spending more effort on making things look a little bit more organic, a little bit more engaging, so that when you're creating your other content, that iterative content, it's keeping it a little bit more simple. If you're trying to get people to the website, just keep it really focused. What are you trying to offer? What are you trying to get people to? What are you trying to get them to action on? That content, just keep it really focused so that you can spend more time on that social first video content. All right. And my first don't is creating live video for social. So the reason for that, it's not necessarily a bad strategy, but it's a difficult one for pharma. So putting all your eggs in one basket for a live event, when you could be spending your dollars on something like 10 really well thought out pieces of content like I just talked about for social first video. Live is very difficult. It's difficult to get people there for that one distinct period of time, and it's something where for brands that do it in the consumer space, they already have an organic following. They are able to get people to those videos. And for pharma, there's not a huge organic strategy in most cases. So tapping into that existing audience is tough.
Awesome. Alex, why don't you talk to us about the do's and the don'ts around testing?
Yeah, so going into testing specifically with different audience partners, so whether it be health model targeting or contextual targeting, which is based off of content users are engaging with, you want to have a really good mix of different type of targeting capabilities, so you're not putting all your eggs in one basket with a specific targeting tactic. You know, we're seeing different regulations being passed forth in different states that's kind of narrowing down on the audience first addressable targeting. So we want to make sure we have a good, broad, different types of targeting capabilities, testing them. There's a lot of partners out there. At this point at CMI, we have so many targeting solutions. We're at the stage where we're trying to narrow down. So if you don't have your go-to partners, definitely start testing, but it's really good to start getting those learnings. And again, have a good test and learn strategy and narrowing down on those top performing partners. And ultimately, again, have a good mix of contextual, health model targeting, retargeting, trigger targeting is another thing. Again, different weather, such as allergies, or like if there's, a cold front coming in, flu season, those things can also be, a trigger type of targeting that we can incorporate in our health campaigns as well. So make sure you really have a good mix in there and continue to test and learn as more partners come into the picture. And my don't will be, do not over engineer your campaigns. We have a tendency to want to be super granular, especially with these very niche and sensitive health and disease states. But at this point, our social platforms are so smart, and the AI they've built behind their targeting capabilities, we need to give them some breathing room. So sometimes broader is better from a performance perspective. Let those AIs, let the algorithm do its job in finding the most qualified audience. And ultimately, your campaigns will perform better.
So insightful, Alex. Thank you. Let's move on to Craig Byerly. So you cover the influencer opportunities, Craig, for our social media team. And I think that can be a lot of fun and interesting if done right. So talk to us about the do's and the don'ts.
Yes. So our do is going to be partner with a creator or influencer to make content more engaging. Oftentimes I'll see brands struggle to kind of make their content feel more authentic, and sometimes find themselves stuck pushing out that same or similar content over and over again. By partnering with an influencer, that can help give brands that refresh in their creatives while also providing that human to human experience. This will ultimately help, provide a significant boost in a campaign and a brand's reach, and also kind of tapping into that new audience through that influencer. It's important to remember, though, that the content developed cannot be overdone. So this will help create a social only creative without needing to plan for a larger production. And my don't was going to be do not use the same creative across social channels or even placements. While this isn't true everywhere, like Reels or TikToks, you're going to want to differentiate your influencers' content from formats like feed or stories, and on TikToks and Reels, or I should say, and on TikTok and Reels. You should also think about how an audience is interacting on each channel and what types of content does that influencer's follower already resonate with. For instance, more meme-like content on Reddit, quick consumable content on stories, and human-centric videos on TikTok.
All right. Thank you to this team for joining us today. Remember to stay in touch with this team and your CMI Media Group lead for social strategies that work for your brands. We'll see you next time on The Nth Degree. Remember to like and subscribe.